Long ago, before the stars burned as bright as they do now, there was a lone astronaut named Arlo, drifting far from Earth. Arlo was on a deep space mission, traveling through the endless stretch of darkness between galaxies. He had seen many worlds, passed through fields of asteroids, and witnessed the birth of new stars, but he had never felt so alone. One quiet night, as he floated in the calm silence of space, something strange happened. A faint whisper reached his ears. At first, he thought it was the hum of the ship's engines, or maybe a trick of the mind from being alone for so long. But then, it came again, clearer this time, like a voice calling out from the dark. "Arlo," it whispered, soft and ethereal. His eyes darted to the ship's comms, but there was no signal. His pulse quickened. "Who's there?" he called into the silence, but no reply came. As he stared out into the blackness, the voice returned, not through the comms, but inside his head. It was ancient, like a memory buried in time, drifting on the winds of space. "We have watched. We have waited," the voice echoed, sending a shiver through Arlo's spine. Arlo's heart raced. He had heard stories of voices lost in the void, tales of ancient civilizations that once roamed the stars and disappeared into the blackness. Was this a warning? Or had he stumbled upon something no one was meant to hear? With each passing moment, the whispers grew louder, more urgent. The universe, it seemed, was speaking to him, but what did it mean? Would he uncover the ancient secrets of the stars, or would he be lost in the vastness of space, just another forgotten traveler? The legend of the whispering stars had begun. As the days passed, Arlo's mind became consumed with the whispers. They came more frequently, and each time, they spoke of things that were impossible to understand. They told stories of an ancient civilization, one that had once mastered the stars, built cities on moons, and reached the edges of the universe before vanishing without a trace. Their name, the Elders of the Void, had been lost to time, but their presence lingered in the cosmic winds. The voice in Arlo's mind grew clearer, as though it were no longer just a whisper but a call for him to follow. It led him to a strange and uncharted nebula, one that didn't appear on any star maps. The colors inside the nebula were unlike anything he had ever seen, shifting in waves of silver, purple, and deep blue, as if the very fabric of space was alive. Inside the nebula, he saw something unimaginable, a massive, floating structure, half covered in glowing runes. It seemed abandoned, yet Arlo felt an overwhelming pull toward it. It was like the whispers were coming from inside this ancient, lost monument, beckoning him to uncover its secrets. But as he approached, a sudden tremor shook the ship. The nebula seemed to awaken, its vibrant colors pulsating like a heartbeat. A deep, rumbling voice echoed from the heart of the structure, "The time has come, to remember." Arlo's breath caught in his throat. The whispers were now no longer a voice inside his head, they were coming from the very walls of the alien monument. And in that moment, Arlo realized he was standing on the threshold of an unimaginable discovery. But what did "remember" mean? Was it a warning? A truth waiting to be revealed? The mystery of the whispering stars deepened, and Arlo knew there was no turning back now. What ancient truth had the elders left behind, and how would it change everything he knew about the universe? The answers seemed just beyond his reach, hiding in the vastness of the unknown. The tremors grew stronger as Arlo's ship hovered closer to the alien structure. It was ancient, older than anything he'd ever imagined. The walls shimmered, and the runes carved into the stone pulsed with light, revealing cryptic symbols that Arlo couldn't understand. Yet, something within him felt connected to them, as if his soul knew their meaning before his mind did. The voice, now more than just a whisper, spoke again, its tone both powerful and sorrowful. "We are the elders, the guardians of forgotten knowledge. We lived among the stars, and now, we have become the stars." Arlo's fingers trembled as he pressed a button, sending a pulse of energy toward the structure. The stone doors slowly opened, revealing a vast chamber filled with shimmering holograms of distant galaxies, star systems, and constellations. It was as if the room itself was a map of the universe, alive and ever-expanding. In the center of the chamber, on a pedestal, lay a crystalline object. It radiated an ethereal glow, and the moment Arlo laid his eyes upon it, the whispers surged into his mind in a rush. He understood now. This crystal contained the essence of the elders, their knowledge, their wisdom, and their fate. It held the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe. But as he reached for it, a sudden vision filled his mind. He saw the elders, a race of beings who had once wielded unimaginable power over the fabric of space. They had traveled through time and space, but their knowledge had become a burden, driving them to madness. To protect the universe, they had scattered their knowledge across the stars, leaving behind only the whispers to guide the next seeker. As Arlo grasped the crystal, the whispers fell silent. For a moment, there was only stillness, then, the universe seemed to open before him. The stars, the galaxies, the very fabric of space itself, all laid out in their infinite glory. He could see the patterns that connected them, the hidden threads that wove the cosmos together. But just as quickly, the vision faded. The crystal dimmed in his hands. The chamber grew cold. The whispers were gone, leaving only a quiet, empty silence. Arlo stepped back, a sense of awe and fear washing over him. The elders had vanished, their legacy now a part of him. The knowledge they had left behind was vast, too vast for anyone being to fully comprehend. But he knew this, the stars were not just fire and light, they were memory, they were history, and they were a guide. As Arlo turned to leave, he felt the weight of the universe on his shoulders. The whispers would find others, guiding them toward the forgotten truths of the cosmos. And perhaps, one day, he would understand the full meaning of the Elder's legacy. Until then, the legend of the whispering stars would continue to echo in the vastness of space, waiting for the next seeker to hear its call.